What's up, guys? Did you know that Noah's Ark has been discovered for decades? Um, First off, what we know as Noah and Noah's Ark story in the Bible, his name was actually Utnapishtim, and the Turkish government in the mountains of Ararat mountain range, Ron Wyatt's found it, some other guys found it, but they found Noah's Ark. They actually have a visitor center at the bottom of the mountain, and you could take tours up to Noah's Ark and see it for yourself. Turkish government doesn't hide the fact that they have Noah's Ark there. They tell you how they found it and how it discovered to be Noah's Ark, the science behind it, and yeah, there's a city or a town right by the area, which translates to the town of 8 people or something along those lines. And it has to do with the original 8 people off the ark. And when you're at the base of this mountain, there's anchor stones, which in antiquity times, boats would have basically a large stone with a hole in it with a rope running through it. They'd tie it to the bottom of the boat, so in rough seas the boat wouldn't teeter-totter and roll over. It kept the bottom of the boat on the bottom. And depending on how big your boat was, depends on how many, if you need 1, 2, or 5, or 10 of these anchor stones. So they found these anchor stones at the base of the mountain, which they know it's for the Noah's Ark, because these anchor stones are 5,000 feet above sea level and miles and miles and miles away from any body of water. So they know in order for the anchor stones to be deposited where they're at, they had to have been floated basically to that area. And once they discovered that, and there's some early Christian carvings in some of the rocks at the base of the mountain from early Christians making pilgrimage to this area. People have been known to take pieces of the wood of the ark and using it for amulets, like for safety, good health, stuff like that. They'd keep it in the house or around a necklace or whatever. And they also know where Noah and his wife was buried, because they found their gravestones. And they also know where the altar is after the flood, where Noah made a sacrifice. They found the altar. So yeah, the Turkish government, yeah, they have a visitor center and a little story explaining the science behind it and how they found it. And yeah, there's no reason to look for Noah's Ark, because it's been there all along, and it's not hard to find. You just go to the mountain and take the tour. They'll show you. But it's pretty interesting. People are still arguing over the fact that Noah or Utnapishtim didn't exist, when realistically he did exist. And to believe that in the beginning a big bang happened and everything was created, I have nothing in my hand. Create something out of nothing. You can't do it. It goes against the laws of nature, but that they also teach you in school. Not to mention, to take, according to evolution, we started off as single-celled organisms and developed into multi-cell organisms, into algae or bacteria, along those lines into a salamander or a lizard or into a fish and then into a bird and into humans. It's even more ludicrous to believe that the Big Bang happened and we were created from nothing than it is to believe in religion. So yeah, they know where Noah's Ark's at. They found it a long time ago.